Shedeur Sanders gets a chilly signal at Browns camp as Cleveland faces quarterback crossroads. The Cleveland Browns are no strangers to quarterback controversies. Over the last 2 decades, the franchise has made headlines more often for its endless quarterback shuffling than for playoff success. But this year, under head coach Kevin Stefanski's scrutinizing leadership, a new drama is unfolding. A preseason quarterback competition that could define the fate of not just the 2025 season, but possibly the next decade of Browns football. And right at the center of this storm is rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders. Coming into training camp, Sanders was viewed as the wild card, a dynamic playmaker with a strong college pedigree, the son of the iconic Deion coach Prime Sanders, and a media magnet since high school. Drafted in the 5th round of the 2025 NFL Draft, his fall from a projected first-rounder to a day 3 pick was shocking. Now, months later, his status in Cleveland's depth chart seems just as uncertain. Despite showing up early, staying late, and drawing praise from legends, Shedeur Sanders finds himself taking snaps with the 2nd and 3rd teams, while veterans Joe Flacco, Kenny Pickett, and fellow rookie Dillon Gabriel dominate first-team action. The temperature around Sanders' NFL debut isn't just cool, it's frosty. And the signals from Browns camp are unmistakably chilly. A stacked deck, the Browns' crowded QB room, with the preseason underway, kicked off by the Chargers demolishing the Lions 34-7. The clock is ticking for teams to finalize their depth charts and identify their Week 1 starters. For Kevin Stefanski, the decision looms larger than ever. The Browns will take on the Carolina Panthers this Friday, and as game day approaches, Cleveland's quarterback pecking order remains a swirling mystery. Currently, the quarterback competition features 4 contenders. Kenny Pickett, the former Steeler still shaking off a hamstring injury. Dillon Gabriel, the quick-footed Oklahoma star with a rapid grasp of the playbook. Joe Flacco, the grizzled veteran with a Super Bowl ring and a steady hand. And finally, Shedeur Sanders, the youngest, most untested, and arguably most scrutinized of the group. Head coach Kevin Stefanski addressed the situation candidly during a recent appearance on 92.3 The Fan. "I'm proud of these guys. They are fighting like crazy. We're throwing a ton at them," Stefanski said, painting a picture of a QB room full of competition, grit, and grind. He also emphasized the behind-the-scenes work being put in by the rookies. "They've spent a lot of time in that meeting room where you start to get into the minutiae of this position, and I think Shedeur and Dillon are really working hard. Still, while words provide context, reps reveal the reality. The reps don't lie. Sanders' place in the depth chart. If Stefanski's comments implied an even competition, the snaps distribution at practice told a different story. In Friday's full team 11 on 11 drills, the breakdown of reps made the picture clearer, and not in Sanders' favor. As reported by Underdog NFL, Joe Flacco got the lion's share of work with the first string. Dillon Gabriel split time with the first and second string. Shedeur Sanders worked with the second and third string. Kenny Pickett, hamstring, was limited to individual work and one-on-ones. Translation: Flacco is quietly in pole position, Gabriel is surging, Pickett is recovering, and Sanders, despite the fanfare and the work ethic, is struggling to climb the ladder. And that's not a knock on his effort. By all accounts, Shedeur Sanders is doing everything right. But in the NFL, doing everything right doesn't always guarantee immediate results or opportunities. The rookie dilemma: flash versus foundation. For Sanders, the struggle is both external and internal. Not only is he competing against more experienced players, but he's also battling the weight of expectations. Coming from a high-profile program led by his father, Shedeur arrived in Cleveland under a massive spotlight. His highlight reel throws, his poise in college, his leadership, none of that seems to be buying him extra reps in camp. However, Shedeur does have one major asset working in his favor: patience. And one Browns legend believes that patience could be the smartest play of all. Bernie Kosar's wisdom: don't rush the kid. Cleveland Browns icon Bernie Kosar knows better than most what it takes to succeed as a quarterback in the dog pound. The last signal caller to lead the Browns to sustained playoff relevance in the 1980s, Kozar has watched the franchise burn through quarterback after quarterback like firewood in the winter. So when he speaks on the matter, people listen. Kozar recently appeared on 92.3, The Fan, to discuss the ongoing quarterback battle. And while he offered praise for all the contenders, it was Sanders who earned a deeper nod of respect. "I love how Shedeur is handling stuff," Kozar said. "He's out here an hour early, working out, and then he's one of the last guys here signing autographs and all that." Kozar's observation highlighted not just the rookie's discipline, but also his humility, something not always common in highly touted young quarterbacks. Yet even as Kozar admired Sanders' dedication, he cautioned against rushing him into action. "We kill more quarterbacks by putting them in there early," he said with unflinching honesty. His message was simple but powerful. Let Sanders marinate. Let him learn. Let him breathe. Development versus desperation. A franchise at a crossroads. The Browns have long been caught in the tug-of-war between development and desperation. And year after year, the win-now impulse has too often resulted in prematurely throwing young quarterbacks into the fire, only to watch them burn out under pressure, bad schemes, and weak offensive lines. Kozar suggested a modified approach could be the difference-maker this time. A smarter, slower path might help the team in the long run, he said. And with Stefanski under pressure from fans and ownership alike, that advice could prove invaluable. Especially now, with the 2025 season holding more promise and pressure than any in recent memory. Joe Flacco's quiet command. Amid the chaos of the quarterback carousel, one figure has been quietly and steadily rising. Joe Flacco may not be the long-term answer, but right now he's the calmest presence in the room. At 40 years old and with 17 years of NFL experience, Flacco is operating like a coach on the field. He may not say much, but his leadership is hard to ignore. According to multiple reports, Flacco has taken on an unofficial mentor role for both Sanders and Gabriel, helping them decode the playbook and understand the game's nuances from a veteran's lens. And perhaps that's the point. Maybe Shedeur Sanders isn't meant to start in 2025. Maybe his greatest gain this year isn't playing time, but preparation. The bigger picture. What's best for Shedeur and the Browns? With Week 1 approaching and no clear QB1, the Browns find themselves in a now familiar place. Uncertain, hopeful, but on edge. Shedeur Sanders remains an enigma. A high-upside rookie with the drive, the background, and the tools to become a franchise quarterback, but not yet the command to lead one. The chilly signal he's receiving isn't necessarily rejection. It could be protection. From the coaching staff standpoint, maybe they're not freezing him out. Maybe they're keeping him from getting burned. Still, the NFL is unforgiving, and the court of public opinion doesn't wait for long-term projects to blossom. What's next? The Carolina test and beyond. As the Browns gear up to face the Panthers in their upcoming preseason clash, all eyes will be on the quarterback rotation. Will Shedeur get meaningful snaps? Will Flacco continue to dominate first-team reps? Will Gabriel push even further ahead in the pecking order? Whatever happens, this game could serve as the first real checkpoint in Cleveland's quarterback journey. A glimpse into who's gaining ground and who's stalling out. For Shedeur Sanders, the journey has just begun. But in Cleveland, patience is not always rewarded. And while Bernie Kosar's advice rings true, the question remains, will the Browns listen? Or will history repeat itself? Travis Hunter versus J.C. Horn. Panthers cornerback welcomes rookie challenge as Dave Canales sets the tone for 2025. The 2025 NFL season hasn't officially begun, but the anticipation already crackles like electricity. One of the most exciting opening matchups on the schedule, the Jacksonville Jaguars hosting the Carolina Panthers. But this isn't just another season opener, it's the first professional showdown between two electrifying players. Travis Hunter, the highly touted Jaguars rookie, and J.C. Horn, the Panthers' rising star cornerback with something to prove. J.C. Horn isn't just bracing for a high-stakes season. He's welcoming the spotlight. And Travis Hunter? He's about to find out what NFL speed and physicality really feel like, against a corner who's playing with all-pro ambitions and a chip on his shoulder. Add in a rejuvenated Panthers coaching staff and a head coach who's boldly retooling preseason plans, and you have a perfect storm brewing in Carolina and Jacksonville. This is more than football. This is rivalry, respect, revenge, and redemption. And it all begins week 1. Respect, but no favors. J.C. Horn speaks on facing Travis Hunter. On the August 1st episode of Up and Adams, Panthers cornerback J.C. Horn sat down with host Kay Adams and offered a refreshing blend of admiration and confidence when asked about facing off against Travis Hunter in week 1. "I think Travis is a special talent," Horn said, "but I'm also here to play." It was the kind of quote that perfectly captures the spirit of professional football. Respect the opponent, but fear none. Horn's tone was clear. While he knows Hunter is a generational athlete, he isn't about to roll out the red carpet for the rookie sensation. "I approach Travis like every other receiver," Horn continued. "He's just another dude lined up across from me. But yeah, I respect his game." Hunter, for his part, hasn't said much publicly, but the buzz surrounding his NFL debut has been deafening. Drafted by the Jaguars to be a two-way threat, capable of playing both receiver and cornerback, Hunter has drawn comparisons to legends before even taking a professional snap. Still, if there's one man determined to humble him early, it's J.C. Horn. The connection that dates back years. Despite their upcoming on-field clash, Horn and Hunter have a history that stretches back to Georgia high school football fields. Horn shared that he and Hunter go way back to their youth football days in Gwinnett County, Georgia, a hotbed for future NFL stars. "I'm from Gwinnett County and he went to high school out there," Horn said. "So, I always been a fan of his game, and we even had a little bit of a relationship dating back to when he was in high school." It's a full circle moment. Once fans of each other's grind, they now stand on opposing sidelines as adversaries in what could become one of the NFL's most captivating receiver-cornerback rivalries. And while the Panthers' defense is out to avenge a historically bad 2024 season, Hunter is out to show the world he's every bit as NFL-ready as scouts claimed. Panthers' defensive redemption tour begins. The Carolina Panthers enter the 2025 season with a lot to prove. Last year, they set an unwanted NFL record, 534 points allowed in a single season, dead last in the league. It wasn't just bad, it was catastrophic. Now Horn, along with new head coach Dave Canales, is looking to flip the script. "You don't want nothing like that to happen again," Horn said bluntly. And he's not alone. The entire Panthers defensive unit has taken that embarrassment personally. From the defensive line to the secondary, the mantra is simple: no more excuses. Horn is determined to lead from the front. After posting a solid 2024 campaign with 68 tackles, 13 pass deflections, 2 sacks, and an interception, he's eyeing a leap into elite territory. His goal? All-Pro. To get there, he knows he must face and stop players like Travis Hunter. And that's why week 1 matters. It's more than just a debut. It's a barometer for greatness. Dave Canales shakes up preseason strategy. No more playing it safe. During the same Up and Adams episode, Panthers head coach Dave Canales also made waves, this time by declaring a major shift in his preseason philosophy. Unlike last season, when most starters, including quarterback Bryce Young, were kept in bubble wrap, this time, they'll be in action early. Absolutely, Canales confirmed when asked if Bryce Young and other key starters would play in the preseason. "My plan is to play a series or 2 with the starters for the first 2 preseason games." That's a seismic change for the Panthers. In 2024, Carolina was ultra-conservative with its personnel in August, opting to avoid injury at all costs. But that decision backfired. The offense was disjointed, the timing was off, and by week 3, Bryce Young was benched. Canales doesn't want a repeat. "This isn't just about game reps," he explained. "It's about how you prepare the night before, what you eat, how you mentally lock in. That starts now." Bryce Young's redemption arc. McMillan connection heats up. If the Panthers' defense is on a revenge tour, Bryce Young is running a redemption campaign of his own. Last year's struggles, benched in week 3, inconsistent accuracy, questionable pocket presence, dented his reputation. But Canales believes in him. And now he's got help. Enter Teteroa McMillan, the Panthers' 2025 first-round pick and a wide receiver with sky-high potential. In training camp, the connection between Young and McMillan has been electric. Reports indicate they've already begun building timing and chemistry. This preseason will be their live dress rehearsal. Canales is giving them a chance to sink before the real bullets fly. And with the Jaguars and Travis Hunter on the horizon, there's no better test than now. Hunter's arrival in Jacksonville. Ready for primetime? While the Panthers are rebuilding and reshaping under Canales, the Jaguars are quietly crafting a juggernaut. The addition of Travis Hunter has generated more hype than perhaps any rookie since Trevor Lawrence. Hunter's rare ability to play both ways has made him the crown jewel of Jacksonville's training camp. According to inside reports, Hunter has dazzled during practices, taking reps on both offense and defense. Jaguars coach Liam Cohen reportedly has a detailed plan for integrating Hunter's unique skill set without overloading the rookie. But against Carolina, it's likely we'll see him primarily as a wide receiver. And lining up across from him, J.C. Horn. NFL fans couldn't ask for a better debut matchup. What makes this matchup special? In a league that thrives on storylines, Week 1's Hunter versus Horn duel checks every box. A rising star versus a rookie sensation. Shared Georgia roots. High-stakes season openers. A team trying to bounce back versus a team on the rise. This isn't just about one-on-one bragging rights. This is about pride, redemption, and legacy. Can Travis Hunter live up to the astronomical expectations? Can J.C. Horn shut down one of the most hyped rookies in recent memory? Can the Panthers finally shed the weight of last season's failures? These questions don't get answered in training camp. They get answered on the field. Looking ahead, September 7th can't come fast enough. Both the Panthers and Jaguars are set to collide on September 7th in what promises to be a thriller. For Carolina, it's about proving they're not the same team that collapsed defensively in 2024. For Jacksonville, it's about proving that Travis Hunter wasn't just a bold draft pick, he was the right one. Until then, training camp continues, the preseason begins, and the hype builds. Fans across the NFL will be watching. So will scouts, coaches, and the media. Because this isn't just week 1. This is the start of something unforgettable.